Listen, so you were created to create. You were made to make things. Now you can either go hard or you go home. Yes, you might have excuses. Great, everyone have excuses. But you see, in the game of life, no excuse is valid. Because people had almost three times the excuses that you have, but they made it nevertheless. This is not actually the kind of video that I wanted to make this morning. But then while I was sitting down here, something happened and I decided to make this video. Now, if you're watching this video, you might notice that there is some tiny little bit of sound in the background. Of course, I'm using a wired microphone. I'm going to put the picture of the microphone on the screen. Yes, the microphone is doing a good job, but then it is not doing so well to like literally sieve the whole of the sound that is coming from the background of this video. Now, why am I telling you this? You need to contend to create. You know why? Now, if you are actually waiting to get to the right place at the right time, get the right gadget, get the right equipment, the time might not come. Or it's possible that when the time comes, you probably might be too tired or too weary to actually make that content. Now, there are times where I want to create and I feel like I'm not looking good. There are times where I want to create and I feel like I'm not feeling right. And somebody said something. If you only make if you only create only when you feel like creating, you are going to be poor. Or the saying goes like this: if you do the things you want to do only when you feel like doing them, you would eventually become poor. You know why? Because a lot of times you're not going to feel like doing anything. A lot of times the time is not going to be right. The place is not going to be right. The moments are not going to be right. In fact, a lot of encumbrances around you will actually make you feel that this is not the right moment. But then, if you can only do those things at those times, then your life becomes easier. Somebody said something, said, success comes to those who do today what others are planning to do tomorrow. Do you get? So, stop planning, stop thinking, stop overthinking, stop wasting time. Just go, just do it. All right. So right now I'm filming outside of my compound. You know why? Because there's no light, and it took me a while to do this because um I needed to convince myself against every voice that I was hearing in my head, because I'm like, okay, if I sit outside of my compound and I'm recording, there's a street right in front of my compound, people are going to be looking at me. But the truth is, I don't care. Now those people don't care. Yeah, one or two of them might be like, what is this one doing? Is it crazy? How can he just sit in front of his camera and just be talking? Is it going nuts? But I don't care. You know why? Because if I don't put out this content right now, the content will not go out. You know, and if I don't film this video right now, it will not be filmed. You get? And if I'm waiting for the right moment, like to be in my room where I feel is the right place, right moment, and right atmosphere, I will never be able to create this content. So at the end of this video, I'm going to show you my environment. Like I'm going to record it and see how it looks like outside. Like I am literally sitting under the heavens, like the open roof. I'm sitting right outside and people are walking and they are looking at me. And trust me, I don't even care what they are thinking, because by tomorrow, if I go broke, those people are going to look at me, point fingers at me, and tell me that I was lazy, right? I didn't take my destiny into my hands. I wasn't serious. Do you understand? But then they're not going to remember that the atmosphere was not right, the place wasn't right, the setting wasn't right. Like basically everything was out of shape. But tomorrow, if I win, I will not have to explain to anybody. And that's why people say that when you win, when it is only when you lose that you have a lot of people to explain to. Like you start trying to explain to them why you fail, trying to explain to them why you fail. But if you win, you don't owe nobody no apology. As a matter of fact, people actually don't care about your story. You know, they just want the glory. They just want to join you to celebrate. You understand? A lot of people don't care about how you started, how you did it. They just want you to do it. Yeah. So they are going to be out there actually just celebrating with you, not really minding how you did it. So just contend to create. Your mind should be out here. You are a creator. You were created to create. You were made to make things happen. So don't just sit down there. Make content. Create content. Every day that you wake up, think about content. And don't think too much about it. Just go about doing it already. You don't have the time. You don't have all that time. And I see a lot of beautiful people with beautiful faces, beautiful iPhones. And when you ask them, why are you not a content creator? Then they'll be like, I'm waiting for me to move into a 2-bedroom duplex. I'm waiting to move into so neighborhood or this neighborhood or that neighborhood, forgetting that their face alone is beautiful enough to capture anyone who is going to click to watch their videos. You have all it takes. You have it right here, right now. I made a video on my second YouTube channel, starting where I am with what I have. And I am still telling you right now, I am recording on my Android phone. It's a Redmi 12C, and I'm using my front camera to record this video. If I was waiting to have an iPhone 13 or 14 or 15, it might take too long, right? And it might not even happen. Of course, I am planning to actually get those devices, but why should I wait? If I can record this video, why should I wait till then? Do you understand? And your faith is beautiful enough to actually be recorded, to actually be snapped and posted on the internet. There are people who are out there making millions of dollars, making thousands of dollars, who are not even halfway as good as you are, who doesn't speak as well as you do, yet they're out there winning, crushing it, breaking boundaries, making money. And you are out here overthinking yourself. And you see, the problem with people who are brilliant people actually think a lot, analyze basically everything, asking questions like, what if I fail? Now, why won't you ask yourself, what if you win? And the truth of the matter is, nobody actually just sat out there and won with the first step. People actually failed. And a wise man once said, failing is actually part of winning because it is the process. And the truth of the matter is, when you begin a thing, you basically don't have any idea, any information about what you're doing. So definitely you're going to fail. So what's the point of thinking it? Now, you don't learn how to swim on the shore. You have to actually literally jump into the water. So if if you do not jump into the ocean, then how do you learn how to swim? Because somebody might just sit down, stand there on the shore and actually tell you you need to swing your arms, you need to wave your hands just to be able to swim. But then you will have to literally jump into the pool. You have to jump into the ocean just to learn how to swim. So stop thinking it. Somebody made an analogy of the eagle. They said the eagles actually take their babies on top of the peak of the mountain and push them off. You know why? That's the only way they can learn how to fly. Because you're not going to learn how to fly in the nest. No, that's not going to happen. You're going to learn how to fly in the air. So you have to go to the peak of the mountain and jump. Jump. Take that leap of faith and just jump. And then you learn in the process. You learn in the process. You don't learn thinking it. Somebody said the best ideas, the place to find the best, the greatest of ideas is in the graveyard. Yeah, because people die with those ideas. People die with those concepts. Yeah, they never leave to execute it. They never leave to put it to use. So don't be like those people. Don't die with your ideas. Don't die with those video concepts. Start recording them now and do not wait. You don't have to wait. Just go out there and do it already. All right. So here we go. This is my environment, and probably by now you might hear a dog barking in the background. Yeah, I have neighbors that have dogs, and I have neighbors that make a lot of noise, right? And then there are a lot of motorcycles, racing past. You're gonna hear all of that noise. Okay, so it doesn't really matter. The point is you're able to hear me, you're able to see me, and you're able to get the message that I'm trying to pass across to you, and that is the most important thing. Okay, so contend to create. If you are seeing this video, this is your call to get up and create. This is your call to get up and create. Do not waste any other minute. Okay, right here, this is my environment. And as you can see, at the end of this building is an aisle, a road that leads straight into this compound, and it leads all the way down to that end. You can see a car parked down there. That is a street. I can see somebody just passed, and the cars have been racing past through that street. And this is me right here recording outside of my compound. And there you have it. And just so you know, the background you saw in this video is fake.